Good evening, guys. Good evening, friends. How are ya? It's nice to see you. Here we go, and we are just discussing in this session something which is related to law. And you know that when we are discussing something related to law, that means we are gonna use jargon. Just the jargon may be sometimes something difficult to laymen to understand what we are saying, but I assure you that I'm gonna just try to using simplified jargon in order to make it obvious for laymen. And this session, I made my mind to discuss the influence of Google and Facebook in our life. This influence is huge, no doubt. No one can discuss it. Even you cannot think about it. There is huge, massive influence of our life. These platforms are the most important assets in your life, in my life. You cannot skip a day without Googling. You cannot skip a day without going to your page on the Facebook. Who can spend a day without going to Facebook? Who can do that? Who can spend his time without Googling? Subconsciously, we started to Google. Subconsciously, we started to look Facebook page. A Facebook page is open subconsciously, right? We do that without just thinking about it, which is something, I don't know, it's maybe for granted. Just now it's taken for granted to Google and to go to Facebook. And it's not bad to Google or to use for Facebook. Social media platforms, we are using it in our leisure time, or we are using it to specific targets. Yes, now if you want to set your goals, if you want to achieve your goals, you should use Google. You can't set a goal right now. You can achieve your goals without using Google right now. It's very important to use it. How you can think even of not using Google. And guess what? What's surprising is the services offered by Google and Facebook are free of charge. Free. We are paying nothing. But this, on the face of it, we are paying nothing on the face of it. But I assure you that Google and Facebook are doing much behind the scene. They are doing much behind the scene. They are making profits, and huge profits. They are making profits and huge profits. And it is not bad. It's not bad. These two gigantic companies They have all the right to make profits. What's up? What's up, guys? Is it wrong to think that you are making profits? That's your privilege. You do it. You make profits. It's profitable, make it. Yeah. But we know making profits is gonna be legal or illegal. I'm not saying anything about the legality or the illegality of making profits by Google and Facebook. Just today, I'm discussing something which is like important to me and like important to you. And it is your privacy and my privacy. When we say privacy in law, maybe you know what's the meaning of privacy in the language. Yeah, in the language, you know what the meaning of privacy. But I would like to say that in the language of law, in the jargon of law, when we say privacy, we are referring to the personal data. Your data, yes, you have data or data. Just say it either way on the British accent or the American accent. You can say it. Sometimes I'm just inclined to be Americanized in the language, and other times I use the British accent. So you may feel me in either way, data or data. Anyway, I would like just to assure you that your personal data is protected by law. You have all the right. You have all the right to protect your personal data. My personal data is protected. It's my right. No one has the right to invade my data. No one. And if you do that without justification, a legal justification, that means you are invading my privacy. Yeah, you are invading my privacy, which is illegal. Don't invade my privacy. My privacy, my personal data. For example, I have the MasterCard or Visa card. This card, I use it to buy something online, shopping online. I use my data, this is personal data, when I use my name, just I'm buying something from a digital store and I'm just trying to pay online and I'm using my personal data, my name, the number of the card, and the CVC. Oh, right now we are using personal data. This data is mine. It's protected. When I'm Googling, for example, when I'm Googling for a dating site, for example, of course I'm not Googling for these sites, but I'm just giving you a hint for that. Just when you are Googling for something, just Googling it, the history of your Googling is stored with Google. When you are tagging your location, for example, in the Facebook, in the page, this is stored and maybe reused later on. So I would like to say that when you are using your page on a Facebook, when you are Googling, your personal data is stored there. And they are using this data and distributing it to advertisers. Advertisers are paying for your data, for my data, for our personal data, so our privacy is being invaded by these gigantic companies. on purpose. On purpose, yeah. It's invaded. They are making profits through selling our personal data without my permission. I'm not admitting, yes, you are admitting, you are not admitting, I'm not admitting that my personal data is being sold to advertisers. How can you get this? How you can be sure that your data is being sold? How your privacy is being invaded? How you can be sure of this? Just right now, when you have your phone, your smartphone, and you are speaking about something, for example, you are speaking about clothes, or you are speaking about buying advice, something, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, all of a sudden you will find many and many advertisements matching what you are saying. Matching what you are saying. What's happening? How they know that you are speaking about this product? How did they know that? This is a crucial question. How they know? They know through the microphone of your device, of your smartphone. Your smartphone is listening. Your smartphone is stealing the words out of your mouth, taking the word out of your mouth and distributing it. Yeah, they are storing it, and then they are using your data, personal data. Yeah. When you are Googling, when you are Facebooking, you are Facebooking for something, searching for something. You are just watching something. And then all of a sudden, you'll find all the other advertisers using your page and advertising to you lots of things. And if you try to block this advertisement, if you'd like to block it, and I say, why did I see this advertisement? Why did I see it? And then Facebook all of a sudden will start like asking you are seeing this advertisement because you searched before for something which is matching on the same line. Yeah. So we are just showing up with these advertisements. So it's my privacy. How you take my personal data and give it to others. How you did this. This is something which is terrifying. And we should think of it carefully. How they are using our data. Anyway, according to the law, our privacy should be protected by the force of law, by the rules of law, by the rule of law. Your privacy is protected, or it should be protected. But these gigantic monsters, let me say there, like gigantic monsters, they are ruling our life right now. Google ruling our life. Just right now, if you ask one of your kids any question, he will say, just ask Google. Just ask Google. Google is just right now, Google right now is speaking to you. Just you speak to Google and you'll find many answers, which is terrifying, but it's enjoyable at the same time. I enjoy it. Of course, And I'm grateful. Of course, I'm not denying the benefits of Google. I'm not denying at all the benefits of Facebook. But in the eyes of law, we have to be fair. We have to say that we are using your data, you know? So if I admit it, using my data, you have the right to use it. But don't say you are not, oh, just you are making me getting involved. And this without knowing that my data is being used. You are invading my privacy, which is wrong in the eyes of law. So I'd like to say that the services of Google and Facebook are not free. They are paid. And they are highly paid. Highly paid. Highly paid because you are paying the most valuable thing you have in your life. The most valuable asset you have in your life. And it's your privacy. Yeah, it's your personal data, your personal info. So you should know that your privacy is invaded. There are things, of course, Google and Facebook, maybe they are trying to let you away from it. Let me start with, first of all, Google and Facebook know more than you think about you. Yeah, this is not astonishing at all. Not surprising. I'm considering to give you heads up. Yes, I'm considering to give you heads up in order to protect yourself. If you want to do that, just going forward, if you want to protect yourself, you have to do that, of course. They know more about you, more about than you think, Google and Facebook. Google, for example, knows what you search for online. Google knows what you search online, what you are searching. It's spying on you. Is Google is it spying on me? Spying on you? Is it espionage? Is it espionage? We call it espionage. Or something else. This is very crucial and important. Google knows what I'm searching for online. This one, where you travel, what's in your calendar, what's in your calendar. Yes, what you have in your calendar. Google knows that. Let me just cite something from my MacBook here. I would like to share some information about that. What's in your calendar? Google knows. Who take your photos? Google knows. Who are your contacts? Google knows. Which ads you click on? Google knows. And what you buy? Google knows. For a lot of you, Google knows more than your spouse or other partner know. Maybe Google is knowing about you more than your wife or more than your husband. So Google is the store of our secrets. Oh, which is terrifying. Terrifying. Just very scary. It's very scary. Google, oh, with all my secrets. Oh, the black box. You say the black box. The black box. Oh, well, I'm saying when you think of it, when you think of that, guess what? You are just naked without protection. You are not shielded. You are not protected when you are face to face with Google, because he knows everything about you. That's for sure. Don't think even about altering or changing this. Yeah. The same with Facebook, no difference, by the way. Facebook is the same. Only it doesn't have to guess based on your activity. Just Facebook is the same. You told the company, you put on your profile and posted the photos of your family on vacation. You tag the location and everyone in it. Okay, both Google and Facebook track everything. They track everything within ecosystem, within ecosystem of their platform. And sometimes even once you leave Facebook, for example, tracks which of their advertisers sites you visit after you leave their site, so it can serve you ads when you return. You know, that's really scary. Really, it's scary, so scary. I'm doing my very best to tell you that you are being invaded. Your privacy is being invaded without your knowledge or with your knowledge. We have to acknowledge and accept this fact. There is no question that if most of us had any real concept of how much of our personal information was being captured and stored, we would feel differently about whether it is really worth it. Okay, let us right now move on. We want to move on. We want to just to get another step. But this step, another step is going to be Facebook and Google, they are making it as hard as possible for you not to protect yourself, to protect your data. They are complicated procedures. They are complicating how you can protect yourself. They are complicating it. Both companies, just right now speaking about both companies, have talked recently about giving you more control over your privacy and have released updates that they claim are designed to do that. Facebook has dozens of security and privacy settings that are supposedly mean to give you control over every aspect of your experience. Yeah. The truth is, by requiring you to make many changes, you make many changes. Most people just ignore it at all. What I'm demanding from you, requiring from you, so many procedures, complicated procedures to protect yourself, to protect your personal data. What are you going to do? What you are going to ignore it because it's complicated. Myself, like always ignoring to protect myself because it takes a lot of time to protect myself and doing these complicated procedures. So they are making it complicated. They are making it complicated and they are doing this intentionally in order to make you bored and you just lose your patience and you'll not just like thinking of it's important to take all these procedures in order to protect myself. Let's do what? Quite enough. I am not doing that. I'm fed up. I'm done with it. I would like to go direct to the site and Google what I'm doing. I'm Googling. No one is just don't care about it. Oh, get out of my site. Get out of my... Just what you are saying. I'm saying what you are thinking about. What you are thinking about. This is very crucial. And they are making it as hard as possible for you to protect yourself. And this is malicious. Yeah, maliciously. You are making things in bad faith. You are not making things in good faith, which is bad of you when you are making things maliciously. Yeah. It's malicious, of course, and it's not bona fide as we say in law. So something is done in bona fide, you're doing it bona fide, or you are doing it malified. They are doing it malified, of course. That why they are complicating the procedures. Of course, this is one of the things we are intending to discuss today. But I would like to say that this is not enough to make you aware of all these things. What I said to you right now, what you watch right now, what you listen to right now is not enough to let you know all the info about how your privacy is being invaded. And I would like to continue this session with you, but I think the topic itself needs to be stretched more and it needs to be discussed in different ways. So I'd like to say it's not enough to concentrate on just Google and Facebook. There are another platforms also maybe you are using and you are facing the same complications, and we need to sort out how we can make to protect yourself, or how you can sue for to sue for damages, for example, in front of the court. I swear to God that you can sue Google, you can sue Facebook if you are just facing any problems about your personal data, or you are facing something which is damaging your reputation, for example, and when you just lose your, for example, this is my card, when someone is hacking my personal data and taking mine, can I sue Google? How can I sue it, for example? Why you store my information, and the hacker is, when you give him the chance, he is just making like stealing my information from me, my info, because you Google make it. Yes, you are not protecting me, just I'm using my data and you're storing my data, and then the hackers are using or reusing my data, and they take the money out of my card. Who is responsible here? This is important, like one of the legal questions we have to discuss. I'm not just making it to dive deep when I'm making these sessions. I'm trying just to shed light and to make just things what can I say here? You just hunting sometimes for the word to be in my, but I'd like to make things shining in your mind, and I'd like to highlight this. Just that is a word I'm just hunting for the lack of better word. I would like to say that you are highlighting things, and then we can just go deep in the, and next time we will continue our discussion about Google and Facebook and how they are invading our privacy, and how we can protect our privacy, how we can sue for damages, and in front of the court, what you are going to say, how you are going to file the suit, what are the cause of action in these cases, many things we are gonna discuss in the next session. Till meet you again. Wish you good time. Once again, nice to meet you today. I'm glad to see ya. Goodbye, and thanks for being patient and watching this episode. Goodbye.